Hi Year 5s, how are you? Welcome back to Week 4 Japanese with Mrs. Gill. In this video, I'm going to explain how to complete your Week 4 activities while you continue to work on your Japanese at home. So over the last few weeks this term, we've been reviewing our animal words, our color words, and how to describe animals and colors in sentences. Last week, in week 3, we also learnt some adjectives. Adjectives are describing words, and we learnt how to describe the personality of an animal. So we learnt how to say the cat is happy or the dog is angry. In week 4, we're going to practice that a little bit more, and we're also going to practice our color sentences at the same time. So we'll be working on question 3 for week 4. Now remember, all of your Japanese work from weeks 3, 4, and 5 isn't due to me until Friday week 5. Now since we're probably going to come back to school on Monday week 6, don't worry about Friday week 5. You can drop it all back off to the school when we come back. This was our activity we completed in week 3. These were our new adjective words. So you will be needing this vocab chart again for your week 4 work, so make sure that you have that handy still. And we also practiced some sentence patterns to describe the animal's personality or an adjective about them. So for example, the pig happy is uta wa ureshii desu, and we put those all into English. In week 4, we are going down to this picture here. So this picture, I have a different kinds of animals that we have learnt already, and they're numbered from 1 to 7. The animals in this picture match the table down here. So you can see that we have the animals from 1 to 7 listed here. The animals in this table match the animals in the picture. So the picture is there to help you. What you need to do, translate the labels on this picture of animals below. Translate the animal's name, color, and adjective into English. So for example, I have done the snake one as the example for you to follow. So we have the animal's name in this column, we have the color of the animal in this column, and we have an adjective to describe them. Now, just because the animal is a certain color in this picture does not mean that's what it matches, especially since yours is in black and white. So don't say the cat is orange because I've actually called the cat something else. Now, so for example, animal number 1 is on the tree. He is a snake. So the word for snake that I have given is hebi, and I write the English word underneath snake. The color, I would get my vocab chart out and read midori. Midori means green, so the snake is green. And then the adjective that's described from him, minikui. Minikui means ugly. So I've used the snake to help me, so that was probably pretty easy to label him. Then I figured out the snake is green, and I've also figured out that he is described as ugly. Your job is to go through the other animals, write the name of the animal in English, what color they have been described as, and also the adjective given to them. So you'll find the color and the adjective words on your vocab chart. You just need to write the English underneath in each of these boxes. Now the second part of our work for week 3 is putting our colors and our adjectives into sentences. Now I've used the same animals on this table and also this picture above, so that way it's not too confusing. I've got the pictures of the animals here, so these sentences are going to be about the snake, the fish, and the cat. What you need to do for 3B is to translate these sentences into English. So I've done again the snake as an example. Remember, our sentence pattern always starts with the animal's name, and then it will either be a color in this part before des or after wa, or an adjective. So for example, hebi wa midori desu. Snake, green, is. Hebi wa minikui desu. Snake, ugly, is. Now remember, wa has to be in our sentences, but it doesn't mean anything in English. So it's important to put it in a Japanese sentence, but it doesn't translate to anything. So that's why I have wa in bracket, just to remind you. So we've got the animal word first, then a wa, then either a color or an adjective, and des. All of the sentences will have these 4 parts. So if you figure out what the animal is at the start of the sentence, you then only need to look at the third word. What you need to do is figure out the sentences for the fish and also for the cat. Now to help you, see how the snake has been described as green and ugly? If I go back up to this table, we'll realize that the snake has been described as green and ugly here. So if you figure out what these words are in this table correctly, then you should easily be able to figure out what the sentences mean down here. The last activity you have for week 4 is this one. Now it says 1C, that should actually be 3C. What you need to do here is to write your own sentences, and I've given you the option of writing in Romaji or writing in script. So if you're a person who likes a challenge and they want to write in hiragana for the sentences, you can. If you're still not very comfortable with it, write out the Romaji or the Japanese sounds of the words but in English letters. Now again, these are the same animals that we have up here already. So from this page, if I've translated this word correctly, I would already know that the pig is red and the pig is young. So these are my English sentences. Down here, I've put them into Japanese. Buta is the word for pig. Aka is the word for red. So buta wa aka desu. Pig, what doesn't mean anything. Red is, pig red is. The second sentence that describes the pig is saying the pig is young. So it's the same thing again. The word for young in Japanese is atarashi. So buta wa atarashi desu. Pig young is. Your job is to translate these two sentences for each animal. So the dog is black, the dog is strict. The sheep is white, the sheep is nice. The mouse is purple, the mouse is quiet. So your job is to write those two sentences as best you can into Japanese. And that is all you have for week 4, sorry. Week 5 next week, we're going to be learning how to describe your pets in sentences. Have a good week. Email me if you have any questions, and I look forward to seeing you guys back at school soon.